This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so it's a very good morning and welcome back. This is for recording. We'll start with the alphabets today, and we'll for next 1.5 hours we'll have a very brief overlook of the French language. We'll start from the scratch, from the basics. So French is a very rich language in the sense you have got a lot of new words, rich vocabulary, and very stylish way of saying. And you also have a very it's associated with emotions and stuff. So it's a very rich language, and the best part is if you are starting to learn French, is you need not really work on the numbers, alphabets, and stuff. You can directly dive in with the numbers, letters, and stuff because alphabets are same as in English, 26 alphabets, and in some books they say it's 24, 25, and the only difference here they say is W or it's called W, where they say V and then you have X and they don't really tell W. And for W they have another word that says W, W, way and W. So this is about the alphabets. The pronunciation is little different. I'll quickly say the pronunciation, and these sessions will be recorded so you can always go back and check the pronunciation. And even if you want to hear the native French speakers speaking, you can always refer to the the YouTube channels where they really stress and focus more on the pronunciation part by a native French speaker. Okay, so it's A, B, C, D. E is pronounced as I, F, G, H is hush, E is I is E, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. P is P, Q is Q, R is R, starting with E, R. Then S, T, U, U, like you have to literally pull your lips out and say U, and W, W, X, Y, and Z. W, and the next one double V is W, that's W. So this is more of the alphabets. 26 alphabets, straightforward, no change. Vowels are same: A, E, I, O, U, and then an extra vowel here is H. They also say Y as a vowel, but it is very optional. It only takes one or two places where you have Y as a vowel. So it's better to learn that A, E, I, O, U, and a H is a vowel. Okay, H is a vowel. That's another thing. And you have axon. That's apart from alphabets. You have this axon, some piece of code, but kind of a piece of line here and there. It's the one which is with the forward slash is called the axon q. These are basically for the pronunciation. Some these axons come on the vowels, and on this vowel they make a different kind of sound. They are to indicate that you put a lot of stress on that. So it's basically that. Okay. So this is called the axon q. That's a forward slash. Then there's an axon grave, which is a backward slash. It's the axon grave. And there is an axon circumflex, which is a combination of these two. So for example, here, ete is summer. You have a forward slash and a forward slash on both the e's. Supreme is to delete. You have a forward slash on the last E. Ecole is school. You have a forward slash on the E here, and zero is zero. You have a forward slash on the C. So basically, this accent come on vowels only, and these are basically for pronunciation part. So when you get into the advanced grammar, you will be uh, putting a lot of stress on these words. So right now, just remember that these axons exist. What are they? And we will talk in details when we go to the next levels. So there is an axon U, there is an axon grave, and there is the axon circumflex. When you combine both, kind of inverted V. Okay. Yep. So numbers same as in English. You have numbers in French, and then the French numbers are kind of little different from what you have in English. I hope you guys can see my screen. Yeah, thank you. Okay, so the numbers are called nombre. Zero is zero, one is un, two is deux, three is trois, four is quatre, five is cinq, six is six, seven is sept, eight is huit, nine is neuf, and 10 is dix. There is no similarity between English and French, so only similarity is zero. So this is something you have to learn by heart. So it's un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq, six, sept, huit, neuf, and this. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And 11 is onze, 12 is douze, 13 is treize. There's a famous song by this name, like you have onze, dos, tres. It's a Spanish song, but it's similar. The pronunciation is same as in French. So it's onze, dos, tres, quatorze, quinze, seize. Till here, all the words are unique. But when you come to 17, 17 is the sept, that is 10 and 7. 18 is this with 10 and 8. 19 is this now 10 and a 9. 20 is van. The pronunciation is van. 20 is van. And then 21 is van te that is 20. And et is and is 1. 20 and 1. 22 is van the. 23 is van trois. 24 will be van quatre. 25 will be van cinq. 26 will be van six. 27 will be van sept. 28 will be van huit. 29 will be van neuf. 30 is trente. And then again for 31 it will be same. Trente un. Remember, only for 21, 31, 41, 51, 61 you have 20 and 1 here. For all the others there will not be any and in between. So when you say 22, it is not 20 and 2, it is just 22. So it's 20 and 1 is only for 1. 30 and 1 is only for 31. Okay. So 32 will be thrown the, 33 will be thrown through a, 34 will be thrown cat, 35 will be thrown sang, 35, 36 will be thrown sis, 37 will be thrown sept, 38 will be thrown wheat, 39 will be thrown nuff, and so on. 40 is caront. It's a completely new word, caront. 41 again caronte 42 caronte, 43 caron trois, 44 caron quatre. See, if you closely observe, cat is starting with a Q, 14 is starting with a Q, 40 is starting with a Q. It's quatre, quatorze, quarante. Quatre, quatorze, quarante. Okay, I think we have one more guy here. Yeah, Jitesh is also here. Welcome, Jitesh. We just started with the alphabets and now we are into numbers. So 44 is 40 and 4, that is Caron, Cat. 45 will be same Caron and Sank, Sank. 46 will be Caron Cis, 47 will be Caron Sept, 48 will be Caron Wheat, 49 will be Caron Nuff, and 50 is Sankon. 5 is Sank, 15 is Cans, 50 is Sankon. Sankont is 50. Now again 51 will be what? Sankonte, Sankonte, Sankontrua, Sankon quatre, Sankon cinq, Sankon six, Sankon sept, Sankon huit, Sankon neuf, and then 60 is again unique, is soixante. 6 is sis, 16 is says, 60 is soixante. Look at the word. 6 is very small, sis. The pronunciation is very small, sis. 16 is says. And when you come to 60, it's like huge, cinquante. Sorry, soixante. It's huge. So that is how you identify with the pronunciation if it is 6, 16 or 60. Sis, says, soixante. Okay, and till here it is same. 60 is 60. From now it is a little different. 61 will be soixante un, 62 will be soixante deux, 63 will be soixante trois, 64 will be soixante quatre, 65 will be soixante cinq, 66 will be soixante six, 67 will be soixante sept, 68 will be soixante huit, 69 will be soixante neuf, and 70 again there is no unique word for it, so you say soixante and this. 70 is called soixante-dix. 70 is soixante-dix, that is 60 and 10. But in French, in English, you have a separate word that is 70, 7, 17, and 70. But in French, 70 does not exist. 17 also does not exist. That means you don't have a unique word for it. It's just that you're putting the combination as in 10, 7, 10 plus 7. Similarly, 70 is 60 plus 10. 70 is 60 plus 10. Now 71 will be 60 plus 11. So that's 71 11. This is written here. 71 is 60 and 11. 72 is 60 and 12. 72 is 72. 73 is 60 and 13. That is 73. 74 is nothing but 60 plus 14. That is 74. That is 60 here and 14 is here. So it's 74. 675 is 75. 76 is 76. And 77 will be 77. 78 will be 78. 79 will be 79. And coming to the 80, it's 80, that is 4 into 20. 4 into 20 is 80. You don't have a separate word for 80 here as in English, but you form it by saying 4 into 20, that is 80. 80 is 4 and 20. Both together joined with a small dash would be 80. 80. 80. Again, 81 will be same 81. It's 4 into 20 plus 1. 82 will be 82, that is 4 into 20 plus 2. 80 is now 80, so wherever you have the word 80, 81 will be 80. 82 will be 82, 83 will be 83, 84 will be 84, and so on till 89, that is 89. Okay, 80 is 80. 89 will be 89, that is 4 into 20 plus 9, that is 89. Okay, 89, and then 90, that is 90. 4 into 20 plus 10, 90. So 90 is 90. 91 will be 91, that is 4 into 20, that is 80 plus 11 is 91. I know it sounds a little complex, but believe me, moving forward, when you get used to it, it will be kind of very easy, and you repeat it over several times, it will be very easy, and you record this in your subconscious mind, and that is how it will not be a problem. Remember the first time you were trying to put your shoelace or trying to drive a car, you were you it always sounds difficult for the first time, second time, third time, but when you repeat it over time and now it get into your subconscious mind, and without you are actually focusing on changing a gear, pressing the clutch, you do it subconsciously. So you either you are on call or you're already talking or you're focusing on driving, you will never remember if the vehicle is on second gear or third gear. It all happens subconsciously. So this is similar. This has to happen subconsciously, and how will you remember that it has entered my subconscious mind is you will have to do a small exercise, that is from 1 to 100 you will have to say it quickly. First you have to read it, revise it, pronounce it, and then slowly you will you what you can do is kind of a practice is whenever you're traveling, you see a car number, the last four digits, split that into two. So if it's 4489, quickly try to recollect what is 40. It's Caron. and then if it's 8, 9 in the last, you would say 99, that is 4 into 20 plus 19. Like that, you do it, try to self-learn, and you will improve a lot. And there is also a challenge from my side is I have a record of uh, counting from 1 to 100 in less than a minute. It's like 59 seconds, 59.5 seconds. So if you can do that, I would be happy to. It's something which I always tell my students whenever we do numbers is try to achieve that. And you not even if you don't do it now, it would take a week or 10 days. Always you're open to this. Do that and share your audio with me. I'll be more than happy to. I'll be more than happy if someone breaks my record. Okay, so that is how Katruma. I was, I think, on 89, 80, 91 is Katruma ons, 92 is Katruma dos, 93 is Katruma tres, 94 is Katruma catorze, 95 is Katruma cans, 96 is Katruma seis, 97 is Katruma disnuf. So literally you have 4 letters. But when you say in English 97, it's only 90 and 7. But here you have Katruma, that is 80, and then uh, the sept is 7, so it's literally 4 words. So 80 sept, it's a 4 letter word. And 99 is 98, 98 is 98, 99 is 99, and 100 is cent, like a cent percent. You use this in English also, cent. Okay, and when you say 100, you need not say 1 and 100, you can just say cent. But when you're saying 200, it's always the cent, that is 2 and 100. For 300, it is 300. For 400, it is 400, and so on. Million is million. Sorry. Mil is thousand. When you say 1000, you say mil. When you say 2000, it is the mil. When you say 3000, it is trois mil. Mil is, you don't pronounce the extra E here, the last alphabet. Generally, remember in French, you don't pronounce the last alphabet. Okay, so if you remove this E, it is mil. That is what the pronunciation is. Mil. Cent is CEN. There is no sont or cent. T is not there, so it's cent. Okay, so for all of the general words is you don't pronounce the last alphabets. It is the and not dukes. The mil. Million and billion are same. Million and billion. You don't pronounce the last N. It's million and billion. Not million and billion. That yen pronunciation is not there. It's always million and billion. I hope I am clear. If you are with me, just quickly type in yes or no so that I get a heads up if you can hear me, if you can listen to me, and if you can see my screen and you are getting everything. So quick yes or a no. Quickly type in yes or a no. I just got one yes. Yeah, Bimal, Aisha. Yes, that's challenging, Mega, and that's challenging was interesting. Thank you, Mega. Sajina, yes, thank you. I think we are only waiting for one guy. Bimal, Bimal, Aisha, Sajina, Mega, and we are only waiting for one guy, Jitain. Are you getting it? Like, are you with me? Are you?
Yes, sir, I'm getting it.
Okay, so quickly, if you can find the chat box, which is there somewhere there on the screen, on the right hand side or on the top menu on the bottom menu, if you can quickly type in yes, I will understand. Are you using it from mobile? Like, If you are using it from mobile, the options kind of hide. Yeah, thank you, Jitesh. Okay, so if you want, I can quickly like give you a demo of 1 to 100, or if you're okay, we'll move forward. Okay, let's move forward. The next topic is ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers are numbers which define the position and not the quantity. Whenever you say, I have one child and this is my first child, so there is a difference. When you're talking about numbers, you use the regular numbers, but when you're talking about a position or a stand, you talk in terms of a relative thing. You use ordinal numbers. Ordinal numbers are called les numero ordino. In English, you also have the terms like first, second, third, fourth. Generally, you write that something like this is you write first with the ST, and for second you write ND, and for third you write RD, and fourth you write a TH, and so on, right? So what are the superscripts? They don't tell one, you don't count it when you see this one and st, you don't count it as one, but you count it as, or you pronounce it as first, because that's a position and not a number. So similar way in French, all of them here you see, and here all of them are ending with a e, like a superscript. So in English you have st, nd, rd and th, but in French you only have e. Then there's only one exception, that is first. First is called premier. Apart from that, deuxième is second. You just add IE, ME to the. If it's two, two is the. You just add IEME to it, it becomes deuxième. Trois is three, troisième is third. Quatre is four, quatrième is five. Cinq is five, cinquième is fifth. So here suppose the word is ending with a E, any word, the number is ending with a E, you remove that E and then place a IEME, because then there will be a double E. So it's quatre plus IEME, quatrième. There's no E here. And for cinq, it's you add an extra U. This is only for cinq. Okay, so that's why it's kind of bolded here. Six, CCM, sept, septième, huit, huitième. Neuf is NEUF, but here F is changing to V. It's neuvième. This is 10. This is 10. DGM is 10th in English. Same with 11, 12, 13, and so on. It's 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, CGM, and again from 17, since you don't have one unique word, it's decept, and the IEME comes to the next word, the last word is septium, and it's not like DGM and septium, it's always deseptium, desvitium, desnervium, and vanthium, and so on. So, like in English, in French you have the numbers. I want you guys to just remember the numbers, try to learn the numbers. This will take a little time, and I suggest you write the numbers and spellings from 1 to 100 like you used to do in your schooling. That way you remember the spellings, you revise the pronunciation, and you complete that from 1 to 100, it will be kind of a revision and a working. So you will get spellings, you will get the pronunciation, and you will find what's next after this. And whenever you're writing it, always keep pronouncing it and writing it. So whenever you write like Tron, you write Trente, you pronounce it Tron, like you used to do in school. Tron, Tronte, Tron, de, Tron, tua, Tron, cat, Tron, sang, Tron, cheese, Tron, chep, Tron, wheat, Tron, nuff, then carom, something like this. I know it sounds a little kiddish and childish, but that is the way forward. Singular and plural, similar to what you have in English, is you have for singular it is without an S, plural it's always ending with a S. So any word which is not ending with a S, that's in singular form, and if you want to change that into a plural form, you just have to add an extra S so that the thing changes to a plural form. And words which are ending with U are exceptional, that you don't add an extra S, you add an extra X. Okay, that are the only two things. And coming to this is livre is a book. Livre is a book. Okay, book in the sense the one which you read or the one which you study from, kind of a textbook. Okay, and and the next one is chaise. Chaise is a chair. Chaise is a chair. Tableau is a board. Tableau is a board, blackboard or a whiteboard. Bozo is a bird. Bozo is a bird. Chapeau is a hat. Chapeau is a hat. Boto is a boat. Don't worry about these words right now because we will be using them in the sentences and in like words going forward. So at that time also I will kind of repeat them. So right now the whole point is just to make you give you an idea of singular and plural. The one which are singular are without a S, one which are in the plural form are with a S and a X here. If it's ending with U, it's without a X. One which are ending with U are with a X. Okay, so that's about the singular and plural. And articles, the in English is translated in three different forms in French, and a and an are translated as and So what are the four different forms? The is translated as it's le, la, l apostrophe, and les. Y4 is remember one big thing. Remember, 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 and kind of attention, attention, attention is pay a little attention here. If you are doing something, watching something, just stop and focus here because this is really important. So the in English is translated in four different forms, that is la, l apostrophe, and a lays, depending on the person. The person is, suppose it's the father, the could be la because father is a masculine. Mother is when you say the mother, it is la, and then the word mare, that because mother is feminine, so the changes to la, la, sorry. Okay, So remember one thing, that anything and everything in French has a gender. In English, you have masculine gender, feminine gender, and a neutral gender or a common gender. Like a chair, a table, a wall, a pen, it doesn't have a gender in English. But in French, everything has a gender. The wall, the floor, the ceiling, the money, the week, the days, everything has got a gender. Now we will have to remember is what this gender it is. Is it a masculine? Is it a feminine? Because based on that, when you say the chair, the wall, the table, the chair, the car, the bike, the floor, the ceiling, the windows, the door, the girl, the boy, the fruit, the week, the days, everything has got a gender. So whenever you're using it, you have to be careful as in which gender it is. So there are a couple of methods that we will be looking at to find the gender. But remember, the form here is, which is a definite article, takes four forms, that is la in case of a masculine, la in case of a feminine, L apostrophe in case of a word starting with a vowel. So be it a masculine or a feminine, if it is starting with a vowel, it is L apostrophe. And all the plural forms, be it masculine or a feminine, la, la, L apostrophe becomes les, les. So here some examples. Le père is a father, la mère is a mother, le habit is a habit since it is starting with a vowel, which is an exception in French. It is L apostrophe. École is a school, starting with E, that is a vowel. That's why we have the le école. Le sœur, le frère. Frère is a brother. Frère is a brother. Le sœur is a sister. Okay. Okay, so remember one thing here is all the words which are ending with E are generally feminine. Okay, generally words which are ending with E are feminine. When I use the verb generally, I am being very careful in the sense that it is not always. If it is always, if I have used the word always, the word ending with E are feminine, that means you need not look for anything else. But when I say generally is most of the time or probably, there's another word which means most of the time, the words which are ending with E are feminine, but there are exceptions on both sides. That means there are certain words which are ending with E but are masculine, and there are certain places that words which are ending with without the E are feminine. So here one classic example is this. Le sœur is a sister not ending with E but it is feminine. Le frère is a brother ending with E but he is a brother, that is a masculine. Okay. So here the wall, mur is masculine not ending with E, it is le, and plural form is les. La école is a school, the plural form is les écoles. La mère is the mother, it's feminine, that is why it is la, but in the plural form it is the mothers. Okay, that's about the articles, and slowly moving forward we will look at why with la is there, why la is there, what is L apostrophe, and why the plural form is les. So these are all called definite articles, and in English wherever you use the, there you have to translate that into la, L apostrophe or les. And in the indefinite article, a and an, like a bird, an elephant, an important staff, a teacher, a mother. So in this, you're not definite. When you say a mother, you're not very specific as in which mother. So a and an are indefinite articles. Both a and an in English are translated as un and une. The pronunciation is same. It is a and that is and One without a e is masculine, one with a e is feminine. For example, on livre, the word is book, ending with e, but it is a masculine. That's why we use un. And oncle is an uncle. He is ending with e, but he is a masculine. Here, maison is a house. Maison is a house. It is ending without. It's not ending with e, but since still it is a feminine. Uh, and a taunt is an aunt, the one who gives a taunt. Taunt is it's a Hindi word that is kind of a sarcasm. Taunt is an aunt. So it's a taunt. It's une and a taunt is an aunt. Okay, and all of this and in plural form they change to days. So it's a leave is a book. Days leave is the books. Sorry, the books. So it's days crayon is the pencils. The stylos are the pens. Here in English we use crayon for color pencils, but in French it is pencils. Okay. So these are some examples. All of these words are ones which are ending are all masculine. Le crayon, le livre, le professeur, le stylo, le tableau. Le garçon is a boy. Le cahier is a notebook. The pronunciation is cahier. C-A-H. Cahier is a notebook. The one in blue are all feminine. That's why they are all LA. La chaise, la femme, la fille, la gomme, la règle, la serviette, la table. Table is a table. Serviette is a service cloth. La règle is a ruler. Ruler in the sense the one which is used for measurement and not the one who has got a kingdom. La règle is a ruler, a scale that we use measurements for. And étudiant, bozo, horloge, all of them are starting with vowel, so that's why you have L apostrophe here. And then the last one is plural form. So be it masculine, feminine, or starting with a vowel, all of them becomes les, les. Any questions, any doubts? If you have any questions, just let me know. Yeah, the bird is bozo, bozo. And you would say there is no B there, so pipe also it's the way it is. So we really don't know why it is, but bozo is a bird. Bozo is a bird. It's bozo. Okay. So even I don't, I can't give you the reason why it's pronounced this way. Similar to why we have a island. It's actually Iceland, but we say island. So there are a lot of spellings in both the languages that we use, but we don't know why we use it like that. Can you give me another word in English that is not pronounced the way it is written? Anyone? Like a island. Island is the spelling is Island, Iceland, Island, but the pronunciation is island. Similar to that, can you give me another word in English? that you can think of that starts or that's the spelling is not the same as the pronunciation? Anyone? Okay, just let me know if you can, if you know. Further, yeah, the brand Chanel. Chanel is a French brand. It's a brand, so it's a name. So we can't really say it as a word, but it's a name. There are lots of brands like that. So you have this. There's one called Mont Blanc, and then there's one called brands. There are lots of them which are not pronounced. Volkswagen is Volkswagen. It's a German brand. The way you write it is it's not the way you pronounce it. You write it as Volkswagen, but you pronounce it as Volkswagen. So yeah. Further is a good example, Bimal. Thank you. Further is future. You write further, but it's future. Yeah. Thanks. Renault is a French brand. It's not Renault. Like what you do in generally, if you are an English speaker, you would pronounce every letter. But as I told you now, that in French you don't pronounce the last alphabet. So T is totally silent. So it's Renault or Renault. Okay. And the company that provides Rafale, yeah, it's Rafale only, right? The fighter planes. Yeah, that also that is it's a French company, and most of the French companies, the names you don't pronounce the last alphabet. Okay, thank you. The reason I keep asking these silly questions is just to get your attention back to the class. I know you will have a lot of distractions here and there around the system, your mobile phone, your SMS, your WhatsApp. So just to get your attention back to the class, I use this small cheap techniques, asking you silly questions, yes or no questions. Okay, some basic expressions. It's bonjour is good morning, bonsoir is good evening, bonne nuit is good night. We'll also look at bon après-midi, that is good afternoon. Bonjour is good morning, or a good day, or a hello. So if you are meeting someone, say around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you would still say bonjour. Or if you are meeting someone in the evening around 6 o'clock, you would still greet them with bonjour. Bonjour is a good day, actually. So you use it throughout the day, bonjour, and it's not bonjour, bonjour. It's if you split that into two words, that it's bon and not bon because you're not pronouncing the N. It's bon and jour. It's bonjour. Can you repeat that with along with me? Don't unmute yourself. You just repeat after me. It's bonjour. I hope everyone repeated. Again, it's bonjour. It says bonsoir. Bonsoir. This one is bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Salut. And not salute. Salut is hi. Au revoir. Au revoir is goodbye, but the pronunciation is kind of very fast and very short, and they say it as au revoir, au revoir, goodbye, and please is s'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît, si, that is si, vous, that is vous, play, plai, So it's not sil wooz plate. Generally, if you pronounce, you'll pronounce it like this. Sil wooz plate. It's not like that. It's si woo play. It's not pronouncing the last alphabet. I hope this is making sense. Si vous play is more formal way, and there's si to play. Si to play is it's a very informal way that you use it only for your friends and family members. Si to play. Merci, I think everyone knows. Merci is thank you. Merci is thank you. Merci beaucoup is thanks a lot. Thank you very much. De rien is the reply that someone thanks you. You would say de rien. That was nothing. Je vous en prie is Je vous en prie is you're welcome. Je vous en prie is you're welcome. Bienvenue is also welcome, but this is when you use it when you welcome someone to your country or to your house or to your building or your apartment or your company. Is you say welcome to the company, welcome to the building, welcome to the apartment, welcome to the house. You would say bienvenue. Allons-y is let's go. It's a famous expression that people will use a lot when you say let's go or let's do it. It's allons-y. It's an interjection. I hope everyone knows what's an interjection. It's a very short and a commanding way of saying things. Allons-y, let's go. Hurry up. Stop it now. All of these are called interjections. They are used. They end with a this symbol that's on your shift plus one. I don't know how do you call this symbol. It's an exclamation mark. Yeah, exclamation. Allons-y. A tout à l'heure is see you soon. A tout à l'heure. A tout à l'heure is see you soon. A plus tard is see you later. A bientôt is again see you soon. A demain is see you tomorrow. So when I say when I know that we'll meet tomorrow, I would say Adama. And if we were meeting in some time in a while, I would say Atutal, see you in a while or see you around. Plutar, there's see you soon. When you are saying goodbye to someone, but you don't want to say like a goodbye, proper goodbye, you would say see you later. Plutar. And abianto is when you are saying uh, you're saying goodbye to someone who is not going to meet you for weeks or months. You would say abianto. That is, I will see you soon, but you don't know when, how soon. That's abianto. I hope I'm making sense. A quick yes or no will suffice. Thank you, Bimal. Thank you, Jitesh. Thank you, Mega. Yeah, thank you, Sashina. Okay. Next one, this is just the definition which I said. It's seasons and time. What I suggest here is if you want, we can take a small break, 10 minutes break. And or if you want me to continue, I'm fine, totally fine with it. Just quickly say break or continue. Yeah, continue. Bimal says continue, break. Okay, so we got two breaks and one continue. We got now two breaks and two continues. So I would need one more vote. So what we'll do is we'll quickly take a 10 minutes break. 10 minutes will be 10 minutes only. So 12:20 is it now? We'll come back at 12:30. So you can, like, 10 minutes will be enough to get a cup of tea, or visit a washroom, or have a walk, or talk to someone, or do something which is pending important. So 12:20 is it? 21. We'll come back at 12:31. Okay. So I'm ending this session. Okay, let's do one thing. Just keep this session live. I'll just pause myself, and we'll come back, and we will continue at 12:31 dot. Okay. See you guys. See you in a while. That's the word is see you soon, or Atutalar. Bye bye.
This conference will now be recorded.
Thank you guys. Thank you for coming back in a very, like, a short span. 10 minutes went on like really fast. Okay, so let's get started again. So seasons and the time. The seasons are called les saisons. Saisons. Saison. Saison is seasons. Le temps is the time. The time is le temps. Le été is a summer. Le été is the summer. It is starting with a vowel, that's why you have L apostrophe. Été is summer. Le été is the summer. Saisons and time. Les temps is the time. Le is masculine, and that's why temps is masculine. And here it's not plural because time is always ending with S. It's always in plural form. The similar way in English we have children. There is no children's. Children already it's in plural form. So children is a plural form. Like that, Tom is also a plural form, but it is masculine. That's why you have L E and not L A. Okay, so it's le temps, and starting with the season, it's L'été is the summer. L'automne is the autumn. L'hiver is a winter. Le printemps is the spring. So here you have the pictures also. Autumn is a pleasant time, autumn. Summer is l'été. Hiver is winter. Hiver, Hiver. And printemps is the spring, the rainy season. So in India we have three, but in France and other European and Canadian countries you have four seasons. So these are the four seasons, and the dates are the dates which are related to France, because French was originated in France. That's why we have the French seasons and the time. Okay, so let's just go and do the weeks, days, and months. Yeah. So the months are called mois. MOA. MOIS. Mois. Mois are months. Again, they are in plural form. Janvier is January. Janvier is January. February is February. Mars March is Mars. MARS. Similar, so it will be easy for you to remember. Just that you have to remember the spelling. Janvier is Vier. February is Fevrier. March is March, Mars. April is Avril, Avril. May is May, Mai. June is June, Juin. Here the only change here is July is Juillet. July is Juillet, and August is Août. Août. August is Août. Now September, October, November, and December is Septembre, November, October, November, and December. The spelling part is only the ER becomes RE at the last. So September becomes September, October becomes October, November becomes November, December becomes December. So it's September, October, November, and December. So the spellings are similar, the pronunciations are also similar. Not similar, it's a little bit same to what you have in English. There's no alien word. So Janvier starting with J, the first part is similar. February, February, March, March, April, May, June, Juillet, July, August, September, October, November, December, and December. Okay, the weeks. The days of the week. Les jours de la semaine. Now here, if you closely observe, les jours is the days. Lejours. Les jours. Jour is a day. We saw that in bonjour also. Bon and jour is a day. Bonjour is a good day. So here jours is in plural form. That's why we have les. Les jours de la semaine is of. La semaine is the week. So the days of the week. When you say of, it is the, and the week is, since it is feminine ending with E, that's why we have LA and not LE. because it is feminine. So that is how you remember the gender of the word. If it is ending with E, generally it is feminine. Not always, but most of the time. So you have LA, that is les jours de la semaine, the days of the week. The first one is lundi, lundi, lundi is Monday, mardi is Tuesday, mercredi, mercredi is Wednesday, jeudi is Thursday, vendredi is Friday, samedi is Saturday, and then the last one is dimanche. Remember, all of them are ending with di, di, di. Only the one which is not ending with di is the one which you don't work on. That's Sunday. So it's lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, and dimanche. Would you repeat after me? It's lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, and dimanche. So it's lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. Lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, samedi, dimanche. That is how you learn without seeing. When you see that, it will be kind of registered deep inside your left brain. So it's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So without seeing, you can tell Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you repeat it over time, you get it. So that's how you get it with 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 repetition. It's Landi, Madi, Makriti, Vandredi, Landi, Madi, Makriti, Vandredi, Jyoti, Samdi, Dimanche. Without saying. Okay. Yeah. So this is done. We'll come back to the nationalities. Like the words, nationalities are also like kind of proper. The countries are proper nouns. So even the proper nouns have gender. So that's the countries also have gender. So when I say the France, the India, the Germany, the USA, the Canada, the Mexico, the Mozambique, the Africa, all of them, they have got genders. So the country has got a gender. So based on that, we give them le, la, l apostrophe and a lace that you see here. So France is feminine ending with e. It is la France. It is la France and not la France. France. France is an English word. France. France. It's a French word. France. It's la France. La Spain. Spain is Spain. La Espagne is starting with the E, that's why you have an apostrophe. La Portugal is masculine, LE. Les États-Unis is the United States. The name only is plural, United States with an S. And the same in French is you give them a plural form. So it is Les États-Unis, the United States. Les États-Unis, United States. So here a lot of countries have their own like they're either masculine, feminine, or plural. So La France La Spain, La Belgique, La Italy. All of them ending with E are all feminine. The general rule. All ending with E are feminine. So the next one is all which are not ending with E are masculine. So Canada, Morocco, Portugal. Portugal, Morocco, Canada. So all of them are masculine countries. And some are plural. Just now we saw Etats-Unis, that is United States, which is plural. And then you have Philippines, group of islands, that is also plural form. And then you have Le Pays-Bas is the Netherlands. In English also it is the Netherlands, the lower lands. The Pays-Bas is the Netherlands. All of them are plural form. Some more countries. Before that, there's an exception here. Mozambique is a country ending with E, and Mexico is a country that is also ending with E. Traditionally, ending with E are all feminine, but only these two countries, Mozambique and Mexico, are masculine. Le is masculine. So, Le Mexique, Le Mozambique, both are masculine countries, but they are exception because they are ending with E. But what we have learned is all the words which are generally ending with E are feminine. But these are the two exceptions. Okay, so let's get into some other countries. Angleterre here is the English land, England. England is Angleterre. Turkey is Turkey. Iran, Iraq, Israel is same. Portugal, Brazil, Peru, Venezuela are like what you have. Etats-Unis is a new word. Philippines is Philippines. So based on words which are starting with a vowel, you have L apostrophe. Here countries which are masculine are Eli, Eli, Eli and Eli. Here all the countries which are feminine, Turkey, Angleterre, Italy, Spain, France, all are ending with E, all are feminine. And remember, if the word is starting with a vowel, you have to place L apostrophe. I think by now you're clear with where do you put LE, where do you put LA, where do you put L apostrophe, and where do you put LES. Okay, we'll come back to the body parts again. Before that, yeah. So I'll keep this for tomorrow. That's the verbs, and we will come back and see the body parts. Okay. So before this, we have completed everything. Body parts. Now see if it is LES. LES means plural. Party is again parts in plural. Due is of the corp is the body. There's parts of the body. Les parties du corp. Corp, I think you use that in English also. When you say it's a dead body, you called it a corp. CORP. Or a coffin. Coffin, no, coffin is a box, but generally the word is coming from this corp. And remember one thing moving forward, you might come across a lot of words that you have already learned or you're using them in English, but the origin of the words are French. So all of these were actually originated in France and then adopted by the English people. Since you have learned English before, you might think, are they the same words as in English? But it is the other way around. The word was already there in French. English people took it and you learned it. Now when you're learning French, it's actually the origin of the word that you have used in English. Okay?
Rahul,
So,
sorry to repeat the question,
yeah.
but in days of the week, off was written as day, and in this it is written as Tues. Why so?
Okay, okay, okay. Good question. It is why it is that off is written day there, and here it is due. So here if you see, you have off, and after that you have LA, that is la. LA is la. So that means of the week. So due, DE is off, la is the. That I think you don't have any confusion regarding it. Day is off, la is the. So it is of the. But when you're coming to this, the reason it is due is this is a contracted article. Whenever you have of the body, of the, here it is masculine. Corp is a masculine word. So just a second, I'll write it so that you have a clear idea. This is called a contracted article, that is coming from this word. They and lay, of the body. We didn't do this topic, it's a contracted articles, we'll see that later on. So as of now, just remember, there is a contraction of articles. Of and the, they combine together and form due. And this is only in the case of the article being a masculine. Because if it's only LE, they contract. If it is LA, they don't contract. And that is what we have seen in semaine. When I say of the week, that is feminine, it is not contracting. Here, since it is LE, they contract and form a due. DU. Due means of the. Okay? I hope it's clear. We will see in the coming days contracted articles. I hope I was clear. Yes or no? Did you get it? Thank you. Okay, so for the parts of the body. The first, I'm starting with the head here. We'll go clockwise. Let that here, see it is ending with E, that's why it is LA. Let that is a head. Let that is a head, like a forehead. Or the whole head is called latet. Okay. The next one is on the right is lasix, plural form, that is the eyes. Lasix ending with a X because before that there is a U, and since the word is ending with U, when writing in plural form you don't write an extra S, you add an extra X. X. So when you talk about one eye, you say an eye. UN and OEIL, an aisle, and when it is plural form, it is lasix. Le nez is the nose. L'oreille is the ear. Since it is starting with a vowel, you don't know if it is masculine or feminine. So that's why it is written F here in the brackets, because this word is ending with E and it is feminine. But since it is starting with a vowel, it is L apostrophe. L'epaule is a shoulder. It's a feminine word ending with the E but also starting with the E, that's why it is L apostrophe. La pointe is a hand, sorry, it's the wrist. La pointe is a wrist. It's not ending with E, that's why it is masculine. La main is a hand. Here it is not ending with E but it is a feminine. La main is the hand. Les doigts are finger, plural form fingers. That's why it is les doigts. Le jambe is a leg. Le genou is a knee. Le cheville is the heel. Le orteil is the fingers, foot fingers. Le pied is a foot. So we have drilled down leg. Leg is pied. Sorry, leg is a jambe. Foot is a pied. Cheville is a heel. Le orteil are fingers. Genou is a knee. Okay, so only one part of the body, that is from the leg, you have five words. Le genou, le jambe, le pied, le orteil, le cheville. Okay. Le stomach is a stomach. Le coude, le cou is a neck. Le bras is a the muscle, the hand muscle, and le coude is the elbow. Le coude is the elbow. Okay. Les dents is plural form. It is feminine. These are the teeth. Teeth are plural form. That's why it is les dents. La bouche is a mouth ending with e, masculine. And chevaux are hair. Hairs, Hairs. Hair are plural form ending with u. That's why you have an extra x. And that's why we have a les. Les. Okay. So we can go in depth in terms of chin, cheeks, and all. So but right now, just keep it like on the broader level. So les parties du corps is the parts of the body. La tête is a head. La X is eyes. La un eye is an eye. Le nez is a nose. La oreille is a ear. La épaule is a shoulder. La pointe is a wrist. La main is a hand. Les doigts are fingers. La jambe is a leg. Le genou is a knee. Le cheville is the heel. Les orteils are fingers, foot fingers. Le pied is a foot. So when you say football, you said le jeu de la pied. That is the game of the foot. So there you use the word pied, foot, le pied. Le stomach is a stomach. Le coude is the coude is the knee, the elbow, and labra is the muscle that is part of your the that's called a shoulder, right? Not a shoulder. It's just a second. I kind of missed that exact word. Let me check.
Arm.
Yes, the arm. Perfect. The arm. That's the muscle that you use to show strength. The arm. And la coude is the elbow. And la cou here is the neck. La cou is the neck. Les dents are teeth. La bouche is a mouth. Les cheveux are hair. Okay? Are you getting it? Are you okay? Are you with me? Yes or no? Thank you, Mega. Yes, Sajina, thank you. Itesh, are you there? Yeah, thank you, guys. So, it's 1 o'clock now, so we'll pause the session today. This session will be available with as a recording as well, so you can refer to that. And Sajina, you can go back and check it if you want to see it again. Do it a little slowly. And tomorrow we will connect again the same time, 11 to 1, and we'll discuss that. I know it is too much of information in a very short time for Jitesh and Sajina. But just for this 2 days, and then after that, when we go on the weekday, it will be just a 1 hour session and a very small and a light-hearted session. So I know we have discussed a lot of things today. So just go back. You can always refer to the recordings and go through all of these numbers, the alphabets, the singular plural, the body parts, the weekdays, the months and everything, and then try to revise, and then we'll come back tomorrow and we'll see at some other topics. And then after that, on from Monday, we'll go very slow. So you will get a lot of time to practice. Okay? Is it making sense? Quick yes or no? Okay. Thank you, Jitesh. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So we'll connect again tomorrow. And if you have any doubts regarding anything, you can stay back and I will answer your questions. Or if you are okay, you're good, you want to leave, you can leave if you don't have any questions. So have a great day, have a great weekend, have your lunch, and we'll connect again tomorrow, same time, 11 o'clock. Merci beaucoup, everyone, and merci beaucoup, Mega. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. If you have any doubts, you can type in the chat box, or if you want to unmute yourself and speak, that's also fine. I am recording, I'm stopping the recording.